What's going on, guys? Right now, I'm here in LA for the Cine Gear Expo, and GVM actually flew me out from Michigan to come create content with them and cover what they're showcasing here at the show. And honestly, this has been a really cool experience because Cine Gear is one of those events where you get to see the film industry all in one. I mean, it was crazy, all in one place. You get to walk the floor, check out the new gear, talk to the people behind the products, and really get a sense of where things are headed from both a creative and technical standpoint. I mean, the whole Hollywood studio, every stage was full of companies. So for this trip, my main focus was creating content for GVM. But while I was here, I also wanted to document the experience from my perspective and share some of the products that genuinely stood out to me. After spending time at the booth, getting hands-on with the lights and seeing the response from people on the show floor, there were a few things that immediately caught my attention. The three lines that stood out to me the most were the Flathead series, the AIO series, and the ZipTile series. And today, I'm actually heading back to the expo to sit down with the czar and do the interview so I can get even more insight into the thinking behind these lights, the design choices, and who they're really built for. Hey, what's going on? This is Dre, the film guy, and we are here at Cine Gear in LA, and I am here with Azar, and we're gonna take this time to let him introduce himself and tell him where we're at and what we're doing today.
Of course, man. My name is Azar. I do marketing and sales at GVM. Here we're at 2026 Cine Gear LA, and it's been great, man. Like, get to talk to a lot of creators like yourself. Yeah, we love the show.
Absolutely. So I want to pick your brain and ask you, what are you most excited about this year?
Well, what I'm excited about is the ZipTile, and I just like the configuration of it. It's so slim. As a video shooter myself as well, I like to carry something light.
Yeah.
And I need power as well. So something like that, I can pack down into slim profile, and I can take that with me as my check-in luggage. I can take it to carry on. If I have a shoot, I can throw it in my truck. I'm getting places, you know, and the setup time is extremely fast. It takes less than a minute. I can get that ready, especially with the addition of the inflatable softbox. That thing, yeah, it's rocking.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm located in Michigan, and within my videographer circle, GVM has been under the discussion about the new AIO series.
Right.
So what is that about?
So AIO is what we call all-in-one. The all-in-one concept has been around, I would say, since the beginning of lighting. If you look at a traditional tungsten, the ARRI, the M18, they didn't have a ballast. They were a whole unit, right? And the film industry have been using it like that throughout. It just, as we switch into the LED, the power converter and the control ballast, it kind of became the same. But we kind of expecting to go back to that direction because of the convenience. You pull up to a location, you don't want to worry about, oh, I opened the box, oh, I'm losing my ballast. Without ballast, that thing is not working.
No good.
That's it. So all-in-one concept, one box, and you pull out one light and you plug it in, immediately get to work. That's the concept. So extremely time efficient. Yeah, it's lightweight, and especially if you're a rental truck owner, you have your own grip truck, or you have your own studio, you also save that space as well.
Right. Mm-hmm. So one of the questions that was under my YouTube post for you guys is if somebody's on a budget, they have $1,000 to spend.
Yeah.
What kind of lighting setup can they get with that type of budget?
That's a good question, because GVM, we make those professional gear for the professional users as well. But we didn't forget our roots. We came from the budget filmmaker, the entry-level filmmaker. So we have a whole range of stuff, all the way from 200 watt, all the way up to 1200 watt. So for 1,000 budget, this is how I would space it out. I would definitely get a ZipTile. First of all, a ZipTile 150. That way I have that extremely soft light right out the box. It's slim, easy to use. Second, I'll get a cob light. Maybe go with a 300 watt or a 500 watt AIO. Something like that, it gives you the punch. So you can use it, push it through a large diffusion or a softbox. You get that really nice quality soft light on the subject. And in addition, I'll probably get one color light, probably like a RGB 300.
Yeah.
just to throw it in the background to create some contrast and interest.
Right.
So that will be my lighting kit for $1,000. And I'm pretty sure I can cover a lot of setup like that. Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely, man.
Guys, we are here at Cine Gear in LA. If you are in the area, you still have a couple hours to pull up, so make sure you do so. And we are here at GVM. Thank you again. That's one of the things I like most about being at events like this. It's one thing to see a product online or read about it on a spec sheet, but it's completely different when you get to see it in person and hear the story behind it and understand how it actually fits into real world production. The overall energy at Cine Gear has been amazing. Everywhere you look, there's gear, lighting setups, camera builds, production conversations, lenses, stabilizers, and people who are genuinely passionate about filmmaking. And for me, being in that kind of environment is always inspiring because it reminds you how much detail and innovation goes into the tools we use to tell stories. When I'm at an expo like this, I'm usually paying attention to two things. First, what grabs your attention right away? And second, what actually feels useful once you start thinking about real setups and real workflow. Because not everything that looks good on a show floor automatically translates to something that makes sense. That's why I appreciate getting to spend real time at the GVM booth. One of the first things that stood out to me was the Flathead series. I really am feeling the Flathead series with the Bowens mount. What I like about that line is the shape and the overall form factor. It feels slim, clean, and very usable. And when you're thinking about tighter shooting environments, compact setups, or spaces where a bulkier light just doesn't make as much sense, something like that really stands out. It has a look that immediately feels production-minded, but it also feels like one of those tools that could be really useful for creators who need flexibility without overcomplicating the whole setup. The next line that stood out to me was the AIO Series. And this is probably one of the most interesting ones to me because of how much attention is being placed on simplifying the setup while still delivering serious output. One of the lights we're talking about here is the 1200B AIO, and that's definitely one of the products that caught my attention. Anytime you can take something powerful and make it easier to manage and more efficient to work with, that matters. Because on real shoots, convenience is not a small thing. Setup time, that matters. The portability, cable management, the speed, all of those things matters when it comes to your production. So seeing that all-in-one approach in person was really interesting, especially when you start thinking about how that could fit into actual production workflows for filmmakers, content creators, and small teams that need a lot of output. And then the third one that stood out to me was the ZipTile series. This one is visually different right away. And I think that's part of what makes it interesting. It has more of a modular feel to it, and it immediately makes you think less in terms of just one fixture and more in terms of how you could build or customize a setup, depending on what the scene calls for, obviously. That's always the part I enjoy most when seeing gear in person. You stop thinking about it as just a product and you start thinking about how would you actually use it? And what kind of shoot would this make sense for? What kind of creator is this really for? What kind of problem does this solve? You know, I like to ask myself all those questions. Beyond just seeing the lights, I want to hear more about the intention behind them. Why these particular designs? Why these specific form factors? And what kind of feedback or production needs help shape these products in the first place? I think that context is important, especially if you're somebody who cares about gear, not just from a specs perspective, but from a workflow perspective. For me, this trip has been about more than just grabbing a few cool clips. It's been about being here, seeing the environment, creating content around the experiences, and getting a closer look at the tools that are being put in front of filmmakers and creators right now, and just being able to network and build new relationships. I think that's what makes events like Cine Gear so valuable, It's not just the products themselves, it's the conversations, the context, the hands-on experience, and the chance to connect all of that back to real creative work. So overall, I'm really glad GVM brought me out for this. It's been a great experience getting to walk the floor, spend time at the booth, capture content, and see firsthand what they're showcasing here at Cine Gear Expo in LA. The biggest standouts for me so far have definitely been the Flathead series, the AIO series, especially the 1200B AIO and the ZipTile series. So it's been my experience out here so far. I appreciate you guys for watching. And if you want to see more content like this, more event coverage, more behind the scenes, and more gear focused videos, definitely let me know. And if I've said something that's resonated with you, like I always say, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment so that we can connect. Until the next time, guys, this is Dre the Film Guy signing off from LA. Peace.